Welcome to Dance with Disease. My name is Dustin Anderson, also known as the Purple Pirate. In 2016, my index finger started wiggling, which is great if you're training a dog, but I don't have a canine companion. And then the word Parkinson's came into my life. Or as my alter ego would say, Parkinson's. I knew from the beginning that this was not the downward spiral of doom as guaranteed by the brochures, but a kick in the ass to look at my life and change. This podcast is dedicated to sharing my magical journey of healing through trying every alternative therapy imaginable. Thanks for joining me. Let's dance. Good morning. And welcome to Dance with Disease. My name is Dustin Anderson, and I am grateful you're listening. How is your day going? Mine is going great. The process of learning and healing is still continuing. And I want to talk about living the adrenalized life, which is how I lived my entire life. Adrenalized. Looking for that adrenaline hit, because that was how I was raised. To look for and to distract myself with adrenaline-driven activities. So, for example, I'm speaking to my stepmom on Mother's Day, and I was talking about how I've changed and how we've channeled that guy, as we talked about in the previous podcast. And that guy, she described as Cavalier, and which brought up a memory for us of when I went to Australia the first time when I was 20. So I'd made a friend from Australia. We were going to cycle around Europe. We didn't have any money, so what we did was we were going to go to Australia. He said we could earn lots of money working in the tourist industry. Fine. He's a friend. I trust him. And so I fly to Australia, and I was not good with money at the time. I received an inheritance, and I blew it all prior to that. And so I ended up flying to Australia with a one-way ticket, a work visa, $200, and no medical insurance. This apparently is Cavalier. It's certainly Cavalier. And so what it did was it put me in a really fearful position, because we lived with this mom, and she was not making a lot of money. We were young, and we were what we were, young testosterone-driven men, and not the most responsible. I would say in some ways he was more responsible than me. But he and I lived with his mom, and his sister was there, both of his sisters, and it was a small place. And I was afraid. Because I put myself in this uncomfortable position when it was very familiar for the entire time. And then, and then I made some choices that increased the fear, and once again made a more familiar situation. Yeah. That was how I lived. That was what I did. And when the body is adrenalized all the time, and I've got examples over and over and over again throughout my life of where I was putting myself in adrenaline-driven positions, saying snipey comments to people that were bigger than me and tougher than me, and then finding myself. So I'm dancing for a dance company, an Aboriginal dance company, a Blackfoot dance company, Coyote Arts and Percussive Performance, and I'm sharing a room. We're at the Banff Center of the Arts, and I'm sharing a room with a 6'4" Blackfoot man named Blake Tailfeathers. Great guy. But he and I lived very different lifestyles in terms of he would be up late, and I would go to bed early. And we were in rehearsal one morning. I was tired, because I'd been woken up several times by him and his brothers coming in and out. They're just living their lives, but I didn't necessarily have the skills to be able to express my needs in a way that wouldn't inflame somebody much larger than me. So we're warming up, and he said something, and I shot him a negative comment, something related to not being able to sleep or something. He came up to me, got in my face, said, "Outside right now." And I was like, okay, I'm going to get my ass kicked. and I was in a fearful place, adrenalized, and yet I was calm because it was familiar. How toxic is that? So he comes in, we go into a bathroom, he pushes me and he slams his fist against the door, puffs himself up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. And I was calm because I was in a familiar place of feeling afraid. Anyway, we talked it out. He didn't beat me up, and we came to an agreement, which was great. He was mad, and I was just being my abrasive, prickly self, and putting people in really negative positions where they would want to throttle me. and I was just comfortable in that place. I've lots of stories like that. So now, in the last few months, I've been described as wise twice and gracious once. I had grace, and I'm like, wow, this whole Parkinson's thing is working out. I am learning what I need to learn. I'm gaining the knowledge and the peace of mind that I've never had before, and it is because of Parkinson's disease. Believe it or not, I'm going to say it again, my life is better because of Parkinson's. I'm also looking forward to not fucking shaking all the time and feeling more comfortable in public, but the comfort in public is getting better. I have less shame. The shake, yeah, I'm shaking it up. And whatever, it is what it is. I can't be something that I'm not. Right now I am who I am. And who I am right now is thanking you for listening to this moment, hoping that you find grace and peace and the lessons in what is being provided to you by the universe at this moment. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to Dance with Disease. For more podcasts, links to books mentioned, or to book the theater production Shaken, Rattled, and Rolling, log on to dancewithdisease.com. My name is Dustin Anderson. Thank you for joining me.